Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Coding with Ado. Today we are gonna connect to BigCommerce using their GraphQL API. So up until today we have been doing mostly REST APIs. Today we're gonna do GraphQL. Okay? What is the big deal on GraphQL? The idea of the GraphQL is that you can actually request whatever information you need from the models without having to request all the information from their APIs. Okay, so I'm gonna show you how to connect to e-commerce, how to create our own product model here. So we can pass it to the front end. Ideally, GraphQL is pretty good for our front ends, like for example React, Vue, etc., because you can directly send the filters, the orders, and you can get specifically the information. But as I'm a big fan of API gateways, I mostly never allow frontend to send information to our third parties. I always love to do that from like an API gateway, like my own backends. So let's get started here. So let's create our package. Perfect. And we're gonna need a d.temp to store our our access token and then the index.js. The idea here is I'm not gonna teach you how to connect entirely to BigCommerce. It's gonna be more about how to use GraphQL. Okay, so I'm gonna skip some steps here. Okay, so we're gonna require d.temp. Okay, we're gonna create an async function. Let's call it get products. Okay, and in here we have a try catch as always. And in this time actually we're gonna do raw connection without any third parties. In next episodes we'll actually do using like GraphQL request or even Apollo, but I want to first teach you how to actually how does GraphQL works in the background, and then we can do some frameworks on top of that, so that's cool. But let's actually start with this. Okay, so let's do const products equals to an await of get products, and let's do a console of products. Okay, so we're gonna do a fetch here. The URL will be my storefront, which is coding with ado.mybigcommerce.com/GraphQL. Okay, we're gonna send the method post because GraphQL needs the post method. So because we're sending all the queries via our body, we're gonna send the headers, which is gonna be content type application JSON, and we're gonna send the authorization, which is gonna be better process.temp.token. Okay, so let's do token here, and we're gonna need the body. Okay, so the idea of the body is that we're gonna send perfect. The body is gonna be a JSON.stringify. Okay, and yeah, the JSON that we're gonna send a query. Okay, and that query needs to have like a query declared. We have a name, let's say my products. Okay, and this is like the query that we're gonna send to the GraphQL class on their backend. Okay, so this is the object that we need. So let's say, so the first thing that we're gonna need is we're gonna need information from our site, you know, So all the products, everything that we are going to request is going to be from the site. So let's start with something simple. Let's start asking the settings, the store name. Okay, so we can check that we are actually in the store. So let's do store name here. Let's go to our store and get the token. So we actually, let me put it side by side, and I show you why in a little bit. So let's small this, perfect. Okay, so let's go to your storefront. You can go and create your own store. Go to settings. Go to storefront API playground. You can get from the headers your bearer token. Let me copy everything here. Just grab the token. Perfect. So basically, if we run the we actually need to first install npm install .n. Now we can start, and yeah, we forgot to do the const request equals to the fetch, const response equals to an await of the request .json, and let's do return response. Okay. Request.json is not a function. Await. Okay. GraphQL credentials are missing, no token of set, %10.token, and let's do that. GraphQL credentials were missing, no token was sent, okay. Authorization, better, process.n token. Should be there, right? Okay, let's do a console log here. Yeah. And the token. Authorization. Headers. Okay, so let's do this. I think that, I know what's going on. Here's an HTTP, has to be HTTPS. Let's call that out again. Perfect. So now we can see that we have a response from here, which is gonna be inside data, inside site. Okay, so let's call it again so we can see what's going on here, and you can see that we have the store name, which is going with that. Okay, so we are connected, we are getting the store name, so that's great. So now, how do we build our my products, right? How do we build that product block, product object? So we have an example here, but let's go deeper. If we actually go to the BigCommerce developer BigCommerce /explorer, the storefront explorer, you can see all the database from these guys. You can see the database, and we can actually go to products. So in order to get the products that you can see here, you can see products, new products, best-selling products, etc. We're gonna build these products. Okay, so you can see here we have the edges and the node specific of product. So we need to declare that. Okay, so let's remove the settings and let's do we're gonna need the products, which has the edges, which is these links in here. Inside the edges, we have the node of the product. So basically, we are now inside the product, and now we can require all the information that we have from here. Okay. So let's say, for example, let's request the name of the product. Let's request the SKU. Let's request the description, and we want to also add, for example, the images. Okay, so let's go to the images. Where's the image? Default image. Perfect. Default image. Before we do that, let's first bring all this, right? So perfect, we have all that. Let's go to products, so you can actually see what's going on here. Okay, products, edges, and let's bring just the first one. Okay, so this is the first product. We have the name, the SKU, and the description. Okay, so let's now bring the image. So the default image is an object. Okay, so basically it's a class, it's an object, so we can have to like open like that, and inside the default image we actually want the URL. Okay, we want the URL original, for example. I'll tell you why this is breaking right now. So the URL is actually a function. It's not showing it here, I don't know why, but the URL is a function that actually requires like a size of the image. So for example, if we do like width 500, you can see how the URL, it's resizing it to 500, and it's the original image. Okay. Let's grab something else from the products, for example, the prices, right? Because if we're gonna send the product, we actually need to have the price. So what we do is we go to price, we also show here the prices, which is also an array. In prices, we have the object price, which is also an array of money, and money has currency code and the value. So you can see that we can ask whatever information we want to actually make our own my products object. So yeah, so basically you can actually build your own, and instead of getting all this information from whenever you request the products, like all this, you just say like, hey, I want just these 5-6 elements, and that's it, and that's my products, and that's the only thing I need. So that's how you query using GraphQL, specifically on BigCommerce. Okay, in another episode, maybe more later in the year, I'll do the same thing with Shopify, which is pretty similar, but just for you guys to know how it connects and the different things. I'll send you the links below, and yeah, happy coding. See you on the next episode. Bye bye.